Chicago Tough sports fans, we are back with another episode. We're here with the GO.A.T, Paul Hitman, and Scottie from Hottie up top. What's going on, guys? How you been?
Good.
Good. It's been a while since we've
Wow.
done these.
Yeah, I missed you guys. I missed your faces.
Yeah, right. So, well, things happen. Couldn't get on here, so now we have the time. Start doing shows again, giving the people what they want. So,
Right.
all right. So, let's just jump into it. Sox are 74-55, 129 games in, I believe. And
That
the
is
last,
correct.
Right.
last 11 games, they've gone 6-5. So, as individuals, as the three of us, as individuals, how do we feel about our team right now? Scott, you go first.
At the beginning of the whole, when they played Oakland, we knew this was a tough stretch coming up. Went from feeling really good and then really bad quickly. I mean, there's a concern level there. I'm not panic mode yet, but I mean, it's they're just off. I don't know. It's hard to put your finger on it. They just seem off right now. The offense is good one day, then it's not there the next day. I mean, the pitching's been fairly good. Yeah, it's just they're not clicking right now. But I know that's part of a baseball season. So they're still 9.5 games up. I mean, hopefully they can. Hopefully they're just getting all this crap out of their system now. And then come October time, we don't have to deal with these slumps. Well, today, but then today they broke out and scored. What did they score? 10 runs, 9 runs?
10.
10, yeah.
Yep.
So yeah, I mean, there's concern there. There's definitely concern based on who they would have to play. I mean, it doesn't. I mean, I wouldn't bet on them right now if that's one way I could sum it up. I wouldn't put money on them.
Yeah, right. Hitman?
Just like Scottie said, I mean, there's always going to be a level of concern with this baseball team. They just recently just started to get a little bit healthier, and then Grandal goes down, and they had issues with the bullpen, and the bullpen got somewhat corrected, and then all of a sudden Kopech decided he wanted to be bad today. Well, actually, to be honest with you, he's been a little iffy a couple of times out lately. Along with Hendricks. But my level of confidence in this team probably hasn't changed too much. I still think this is obviously a playoff team and a team that could go deep. Still have some concerns regarding, the bullpen, so to speak, especially like who's going to close. I mean, they needed to find roles right now. I mean, luckily the White Sox have, 67 games left, 59 games left, or something like that, to figure out who's going to close, because it has to be one or the other, and they have to figure that out.
Is it only like 32 games left?
I don't know, it's 162 games, and the White Sox are at 129, right?
Yeah.
So there's a little over
32, 33 games.
Yeah, something like that. My math's a little off. I just got off work. So, yeah, I mean, there's always, a level of concern with this team, but, there's been a level of concern all year, and they managed to, stake out to a 9.5 game lead and be 19 games above 500. But they should be 30 games above 500, as many games that they've blown where they just haven't hit, or the bullpen decided they want to give up the booty. But but actually I heard a stat today that I thought was pretty interesting. The last 2 weeks when they played good teams, they played 500, which is what you want to do, right?
Yep.
So that's a positive. So we'll see where they go from here.
Like I texted yesterday, I'm starting to notice this lack of offense. I just don't want it to become a trend. Hopefully it's just like a short-term slump. And I just want whoever's in that lineup to be able to produce runs, get runs on the board so they can win series, you know?
Well, I kind of think they found something. And honestly, I do this in my video game, and I know sometimes video game doesn't translate to regular games, but I do like Robert hitting number 2. I do like that.
You can hit anywhere.
Yeah.
Good hitter. You know?
No, I like Moncada hitting number 2.
Yeah. Well, he's just recently starting to heat up, which is a
which is good, which is a good thing.
Yeah.
And I think Grandal coming back too with that lefty bat. I mean, I know he's a switch hitter, but his lefty bat, I think that's really gonna, they'll even out the lineup pretty nicely with, he'll be in the 6-7 spot somewhere in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I mean, he'll be, I mean, I think that's huge. I mean, hopefully he's good and ready to go for the rest of the season, because he's huge. If you remember when he got hurt, he was one of the best hitters in baseball when he went down. So I mean, yeah, I mean, we miss his bat a lot. So, oh God, I said we. They miss his bat a lot. So, yeah, Jesus, I don't play for this stuff. But yeah. So I mean, I think getting Grandal back is going to be huge. And not to take away from Sebi Savala, he's done some things that aggravate the shit out of you.
Yeah.
But I mean, he's come up with big hits as well. I mean, the game Monday night though pissed me off. The one that Kimbrel threw, he couldn't block. There was the go-ahead run, the winning run.
Yeah.
But there was a couple like he half-assed it, and that just pisses. I hate seeing shit like that. Just stuff that could be prevented. It's just I don't know. I think Grandal would have blocked it, maybe not, but it's just little things like that. And then bases loaded walks. You guys know every time that happens, I fucking text you right away. Yeah. I would rather. I know it makes no sense, but I'd rather watch him give up a grand slam than walk in one run.
Oh, yeah,
I don't know what it is. It aggravates the shit out of me. And that's I think it was Aaron Bummer.
Is that the game La Russa was yelling at him from the dugout?
I didn't actually see that game. I saw the clip. Okay. I don't know what he did, to be honest. What was that? Now, hold on. Let me see if I got this right. He didn't get the sign from the dugout. Is that what I heard?
That's what I believe.
Okay.
Okay.
Cause
I have no problem. And I'm not doing the La Russa debating thing again.
No.
But I don't like. I'm not sticking up for Tony. I still don't want him as the manager. But I know people were upset that was on TV, and I have absolutely no problem with La Russa doing that to a player. That's his job. That's his job. Yeah, I mean.
Right.
But he didn't say anything to Lance Lynn, though. But whatever. Take that as you will.
It's Lance Lynn, though. It's
right.
It's veteran versus rookie catcher.
Right.
Yeah, didn't you say Scott La Russa likes the veterans?
Yeah, I mean that's especially Lynn. I mean that guy's. There's nothing wrong with Lynn. Lynn's been holding his own all year. So I mean, even that's what sucks about games like Monday where he pitches his ass off and then they can't scratch 3-4 runs across to get him the win. So
I mean,
yeah, it's just frustrating. It's frustrating.
It's like yesterday's game. Giolito pitched well. I mean, Giolito's been pitching well since the All-Star break.
Right.
I think his ERA is like 2.26 since the All-Star break. And, the White Sox couldn't muster only one run yesterday.
I know he had that.
That lefty was nasty, though. Who was pitching for Toronto? What was his name?
Oh,
I forgot the lefty.
Yeah, Ray.
Yeah, Robbie Ray. Yeah, Robbie Ray.
Yeah.
He was nasty yesterday. Wow.
Yeah, he had good with Arizona.
His slider was. I haven't seen much of Robbie Ray before, and nasty slider. Holy shit.
Okay. Now I want to ask you each your own question. Scott, I'm gonna start with you first since you got on. You mentioned Tony La Russa.
Mm-hmm.
To date, what would you grade him? What grade would you give Tony La Russa to date? Taking everything into consideration, the whole your mean
on the field, off the field.
Yeah, everything, just everything.
I mean, a B.
Okay, that's fair.
A B, I guess. I mean,
that's fair coming from someone who doesn't like him as a manager.
Well, yeah. I mean, you know, the results are speaking for themselves. I mean, with the injuries and all the injuries, and that they're 9.5 games up. I mean, and we're almost into September now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to argue against the results. Granted, I think a gorilla could manage this team and be okay, but I don't know. It's I can't complain about him too much. He hasn't hurt them recently, I guess. I mean, I don't know. It's just the team's not with the bullpen situation. It's pretty simple. Kopech, Kimbrel, and then Hendricks. And they've been, a few times they let him down. So, I mean, I don't know. It's, I can't complain too much about his job, but the job he's done.
Yeah, that's a fair answer. I like that answer.
Yeah. I do too.
Yeah. All right, Hitman, your turn.
I'm going to go. I was going to go with B, but I'm going to go with the B minus, only because you still have games where his bullpen management has been questionable at best. I'm seeing way too much of Jose Ruiz in crucial situations. I can't complain about his lineup because he's got guys back and he's been putting them in decent enough spots to where they can go ahead and make a some sort of contribution. But as far as his bullpen management, he still runs the bullpen like he's managing in the early 2000s and in the National League.
Yeah, I can't disagree with that.
No. All right, Hitman, I got a question for you now. I had some trouble coming up with a question for you because when it comes to sports, you have a different and unique way of thinking of things, thinking about.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah, no, in a good way. In a good way.
That means he thinks you're stupid.
Right.
I'm kidding.
Oh God. No, but like the way you talk about sports, it gets me thinking a lot too. So you're always talking about moving lineups around and putting certain people in the outfield. So my question is, what defensive change would you make starting tomorrow against the Cubs? Like if you were able to make any permanent change on that defense, what would you do to make this team better?
I mean, is everyone healthy?
Sure. See, I didn't even think of. See, that's how he thinks. I didn't even think is everyone healthy. I just wrote the question.
I mean, if we're going with everyone, if current roster, and then it also includes Adam Engel being on, the injury list again. I would honestly have to go with Goodwin in left, Robert in center, and Vaughn in right.
Okay. That would be your outfield.
Yeah, and you can adjust from there. I'm still leery with Eloy playing left field.
Okay.
I get it. He wants to play it. He seems engaged, and actually, anybody who plays DH is going to be a little trying to be stir crazy. I mean, hell, if watched the game today, Jose Abreu was walking back and forth in the dugout between innings trying to find stuff to do because he was bored because he wasn't playing the field.
Mm-hmm.
So, but I get it. But I mean, I think Brian Goodwin is a corner outfielder. I think his best position is in left. And, Andrew Vaughn has done enough to have an everyday outfielder spot.
Yeah, I've enjoyed
And I
watching
want
him
him to
play.
write. And I want him to write. And
Scott?
just tell Robert just go get everything.
Scott, what about you?
Oh, same question.
Good question.
Yeah, I mean, I pretty much agree with Hitman. I think you are going to see a lot of Eloy in left field. I mean, come playoff time, that's the thing. I don't know what he's going to do. I don't know if is he going to do Eloy in left, and then if they have the lead in the seventh inning, does then he replace him? I don't. Yeah, that's tough. I like Eloy as the DH, but he has it in his head that he needs to play the field. So I just think that's going to be the case in the playoffs, which scares the shit out of me. But yeah, I mean, Hitman was pretty much spot on. I mean, Goodwin's been playing well enough, I'd say, for long enough that he definitely deserves a roster spot. And I trust him in the field. He's come up with big hits. He's consistent hitting. And yeah, I mean, not Lamb, not who's the other guy they sent down?
Mendick gets him down today.
Who's the outfielder? The lefty? Sheets, not Sheets. Is it? No. Who the hell am I thinking of? Nobody knows. I don't know.
I don't know what you're talking about.
The lefty, the big white lefty guy that everybody loved a month ago.
Gavin Sheets.
Gavin Sheets. There we go. I couldn't think of his name. Yeah, I don't want to see him. Goodwin's the guy.
Yeah. My concern, like if they decide to play Eloy in the field during the playoffs and they decide to take him out for defensive purposes in late innings, I mean, what happens if we've seen with this bullpen from time to time that they give up leads and you lose a bat. That's why I'm almost thinking that DH might be, a better suit, for him. That way you can at least keep his bat, and that way you still have at least with Goodwin, you have a guy who can hit a little bit, but who's a plus defender for the most part.
Yeah.
I mean, he's playing left field.
Would it be a crazy idea that I've always wanted, like, just keep, like, going forward? I'm not saying just this season, like in the future. Get, I know it would be hard with at-bats with Abreu or whatnot, but have Andrew Vaughn be your outfielder and teach Eloy how to play first base. I don't know if that's a good spot for him because he's goofy, but, he's limited in his space that he can run to,
Yeah, if it keeps him off the injured list, then teach him first base.
Yeah, but I don't know. I don't know if he'd be a liability there too. I don't know.
Oh, Jesus.
I don't know. But you got to figure something out because you need his bat.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. After watching Giolito pitch, after watching Dylan Cease pitch, it got me thinking of past conversations with you guys about the starting pitching rotation for the playoffs. I don't care who goes first. Who's your top three starters if the playoffs started tomorrow? Who's hitting the bump first?
I think we agree on one. I think that's pretty self-explanatory.
Okay.
That's Lance Lynn, obviously. Yeah, I'd have to go Lynn, Giolito, and I mean, it depends on Rodon's health, Yeah. If he's healthy, I want Rodon. If he's not, I guess Cease, Yeah. I don't want Keuchel. I'm sorry. Keuchel is just, I don't know.
He's very frustrating.
If he's not on, it's it's over basically. And Ronaldo too, same thing. I mean, I know he's pitched his ass off. Credit where credit is due. He pitched fine, but then the last time he got roughed up again, leaving everything over the middle of the plate. So, I mean, I don't want Ronaldo starting at all. If he can maybe come in for an inning or two, I guess, in the playoffs, but even that terrifies me.
All right. Hitman. All right, we agree on Lance Lynn number one.
Yeah, we agree on Lance Lynn. I'm gonna go with Rodon just because he has been the second best pitcher on the Sox, and I do like the righty lefty to start out within a playoff series. I'm gonna go a little different, and I'm gonna go. I might go Cease and Giolito, and I know that Giolito's been pitching well, but so has Dylan Cease. And if you would have asked me that 3 weeks ago, I would have told you no.
Won his 10th game the other day, right?
Yeah. And I said earlier that Giolito has been pitching, well since the All-Star break, but it's I don't know. If you'd have asked me this question again 3 weeks from now, 3 and 4 might flip-flop again.
Yeah.
But the way that Cease has pitched, lately, I can have him go 3 and then go 4. I agree with you, Tony. We don't want to see Keuchel. And I sent the message out to you guys that there's a possibility that Keuchel may not even make the playoff roster.
I'm okay with that.
Yeah, every time he pitches, I get real nervous watching him. The whole because he won the Cy Young Award, right? He won a couple of them.
Yeah, that was 5 years ago or whatever, 6, 7, whatever years ago.
People keep going back to that. Sox fans that I talk to, and it's like, well, that's not him anymore. I don't think that matters anymore.
Right.
So,
like I said, 3 weeks from now, that my opinion can change on maybe I'll have Giolito go 3 because that's what it was a month ago. And then I got the thought, maybe Cease could be a third guy. So but I think for me the consensus is Lynn 1 and Rodon 2. But just like Scott said, it just depends on Rodon's health. Now, if Rodon isn't healthy, that kind of throws a monkey wrench into it. Then I may go, Lynn, Giolito and Cease.
Yeah, with Rodon too. I mean, Rodon is, how many days in between starts that he's had already? So, I mean, come playoff time, is he going to pitch on 4 days rest, in the playoffs or whatever it might be, whatever the case would be? I mean,
he's going to have to pitch on 4 days rest. I mean, he's going to have to. That's why it's important for them now to get him back. I mean, he pitched 5 innings on. He was only at 60 pitches when he got pulled. Yeah. I mean, he was cruising along until it started raining and the Blue Jays people couldn't close the damn roof for some reason.
How does that happen? If you see a speck of rain, you close the damn roof.
Yeah, I couldn't believe it. I wasn't able to watch the game or listen to it.
Yeah, it started pouring in the 5th or I think it was the 5th or 6th inning maybe.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. I mean, if you look during the day and they say there's a 30% chance of rain tonight, I'm going to close the roof just because. That's why we have a fucking roof.
Yeah.
But with that, I don't know with Rodon and health-wise, I don't know. Yeah, if he was, and what concerned me too. Sorry, I'm jumping around here.
Okay.
Today I was noticing what does he usually average on his fastball? He's 96, 97, right?
Yeah, around there.
I think that's what he averages. Yeah, today I saw a lot of 94, 95. I know that's not a huge difference, but it could be. I know he amped up at the end and he was hitting 97, 98 again.
Yeah.
But I was watching, he was consistent. I bet you his average was the 95 mark.
He pitches against the right team, you can get into a hole real quick.
Yeah, I mean, the difference between 98 and 95 is huge, for a hitter. So, I mean, with him, though, it all depends on his slider. If his slider's working, he can throw, 90 and he'd be all right. But
right.
Yeah, but I mean, and then with Cease, like you kind of said, Hitman, with Cease and Giolito, it's like I have the same confidence level, I think, in both of them at this moment right now. I mean, they could be great, they could get rocked. So, I mean, but you got to go with what you got. So, yeah, definitely Lynn one. That's the only thing I could tell you for sure. Lynn, number one. He's more than earned it.
Absolutely.
Okay. All right. Going to the bullpen. We probably have.
Bad.
Yeah, right. Well, we're not talking about the whole bullpen. Who are you more confident in closing in save situations? Hendricks, Kimbrel, or Kopech? Hitman.
Kimbrel.
Because right now,
Yeah.
Hendricks' ERA is 3.25. Kimbrel is 1.54. Kopech's 3.55.
2 weeks ago, Kopech's ERA was under 2. and Hendricks has been he's been doing what he does. I mean, I think his record is like 8-3 because he gives up so many game tying home runs.
Yeah, he's 8-3. Kimbrel's 2-4. Kopech's 3-2.
I honestly would just, because here we've seen that Hendricks can come in and get anybody out within the 8th inning, 7th and 8th inning. That's fine. I think you may have to go with Kimbrel at this point.
Scott?
Yeah, I agree. 100%. I think it's Kimbrel in the 9th in the playoffs. Absolutely. Yeah, kind of what Hitman was just mentioning. You see Hendricks, he can go multiple innings. I think that's a perfect spot for him. Say he comes in the 7th to help out Crochet or to help out Kopech or
Tepera.
Tepera, who's pitched good today too. If Hendricks could get 4 or 5 outs in the 7th and 8th innings and then turn it over to Kimbrel, it's got to be Kimbrel. Kimbrel's been there before. He's won World Series before. He's better statistically. I mean, I know Hendricks is the theatrics and everybody loves his antics and everything, but, you got to go with the guy that's best for the job, and I think that's Kimbrel, 100%.
Agreed.
What's the story on Grandal? When's he supposed to be back? I know he's in AAA, right?
I want to say in another week or two.
Okay.
He actually got ejected from the game today. I think for arguing balls and strikes. I think I had to look it up again. I just saw that come across the feed saying that he was ejected today. But I think a week to 10 days maybe.
Okay. Are they going to go with 3 catchers or 2 catchers? And he gets called back to the majors.
I think that depends on his health. If he's able to squat, and be behind the plate for 4 days out of a week, then he's fine. But if he has to DH, majority of the time, then yeah, you're going to have to carry 3 catchers.
Say he is 100% healthy.
If he's 100% healthy, no, you go with 2.
And Collins goes down, right? You want to get rid of Collins?
I would love to see Collins go down, but I don't think it'll be to him.
I know the answer. How about you, Scott? Who goes down?
Collins. Yeah, it should be. It should be. Collins should go down now, but and whoever's in AA could do whatever the hell he's doing.
Yeah.
But I think I don't know. I think there's something with professional baseball players and having a lefty bat that potentially has power. But Collins, I looked it up. In his last 200 pitches, he's made contact twice.
How many pitches? Did you say 200 pitches?
I don't know. Yes, his last 200 pitches faced, he's foul tipped the ball twice, and that's it.
Oh my God.
I'm kidding. That's not real, but
Oh, okay.
it seems like it. Yeah, no, like I said, Collins is a guy that should just go up there without a bat, and I think he'd have the same result.
It might not be real. It sounds like a real statistic.
Yeah, just go up there without a bat. You know, hopefully you get hit by a pitch or something.
Take one for the team.
There you go.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's just he's had his chances, and it's just, I mean, it was his chance when Grandal went down. That was his chance, you know.
Yeah.
And when you're on a team contending, you don't. I mean, maybe if they suck, like, you know, if this was 3 years ago, maybe he'd get a lot more playing time. But when you're, you know, a World Series contender, you know, you only have limited time. You got to go with who's producing. And Savala's, I mean, he's not ideal, but I mean, under the circumstances, he's been fine, I think.
No, I mean, there's been stats that show that Savala's pitch frame has been way better than Collins. I think Collins is probably the worst in the league in pitch framing. and for a team that needs it, you know, it's probably important for them to keep Zavala, but you know, La Russa might just go with Grandal and Collins. But I mean, the good news is that, you know, rosters expand by a couple of spots next week. So we'll see.
I'm just happy they don't have to choose between Collins and Tyler Flowers. Don't ask me that question. Oh God.
You're Tyler Flowers fan.
Oh, I hate him. I hate them all. If I had to choose between the two, I'd just kill myself. That's it. I couldn't choose.
There we go. So speaking about good past Sox players, are you guys? I mean, I think you said it, Scott, that Gordon Beckham is
Pablo? Oh,
no, Gordon Beckham. He is
Oh,
excruciating. I can't even say the word. He's terribly boring to listen to.
He's trying. I can tell he's trying, but it's just, I mean, and we're comparing to now, to be fair, we're comparing him to Steve Stone. And it's just, yeah, I mean, there's no comparison. I know he's trying. He has some entertaining things to say, but it's just game flow wise, it's excruciating.
Do you know who's been really good this year whenever like Stone has been out? Like Frank's been really good. I've enjoyed Frank when he had a chance to do some color analysis for games while Stone was out.
Well, Frank has a personality. Gordon Beckham is a nice guy. He's a very nice guy. I know he's considered a very, you know, sweet guy or whatever around the league, but yeah, man. Oof. I feel bad for Benetti.
Rough on the ears.
I'd rather have, what's his name, the basketball guy. Who's the guy? Remember Benetti did with who was it?
Adam Amin?
The old guy that doesn't know anything about baseball.
Oh,
Bill Walton.
Yeah.
Bill Walton.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd rather have him than Gordon Beckham.
God, yeah, I remember when Bill. Oh, Jesus.
I'd rather have him than Beckham.
As long as it's not Len Casper. I hate Len Casper.
Do you? I like Len Casper. I think he's good.
I like Len Casper. I enjoy Len when Benetti was out for those couple weeks.
Oh, God, yeah. If I had to choose, I'd much rather choose that. But I'm that weird guy, too, that I think Joe Buck's really good, and everybody, he sucks, blah, blah, blah. But I think Joe Buck's really – I think Joe Buck's good. Yeah.
I don't mind Joe Buck either.
He knows what he's talking about.
Yeah, I think he knows how to call a game properly, and he knows when to get excited when he should, and I don't think he's out to get Chicago like everybody says he is, but whatever. Yeah.
All right, last question I got for you guys. Who would you say, out of these two players on the Sox, who would be your MVP candidate, your MVP winner? Abreu or Anderson? Hitman.
Ooh.
Let me read it off. Abreu's 27 home runs. He's leading baseball at 97 RBIs, 257 average, and his OPS is 827. Tim Anderson's 14 home runs, 53 RBIs. His average is 303 and 788 OPS. I think he has like 14 stolen bases.
That's tough, but I'm if I had to choose a team MVP, I may go with Tim Anderson, and that's because recently you've seen when he's not in the lineup, they're not as good.
They don't have
And
that
I mean,
spark.
there's not that spark. Actually, I saw, and I wish I would have screenshotted it because I saw it during the game, like the White Sox record with Tim Anderson in the lineup, like when he gets an RBI or when he gets multiple hits within a ball game, and it's a nice record that they have. I mean, I love Abreu. His power numbers are phenomenal right now. His batting average isn't, but that's okay. Because what did Benetti say, that it can't be all about batting average? It has to be about slugging percentage, which I actually agree with.
Right.
But I'll go with Tim Anderson as the team MVP. Okay. That's fine.
Yeah, I mean, while I 100% agree with everything Hitman says, I mean, I'll just go with the stats with Abreu. I mean, I feel like if Abreu was out for a certain amount of time, those things would be the same thing too, with Anderson, with Abreu being gone. But yeah, I mean, that's a tough question. I don't think there's a wrong answer.
No,
I don't know if that's a cop out, but yeah, I mean, I don't want anybody injured. No more injuries. Why would you say that? No more injuries, Tony. Come on. We're over this now.
Yeah, we without we as Sox fans, not we as the team. We as Sox fans, we're without Eloy and Robert for the better part of the year. Yep. So, and there's something that I noticed with the both of them. They opened their stance, especially Robert.
Oh yeah, Robert, big time. Yeah,
Robert's going with the Andres Galarraga batting stance.
Yeah, yeah. He used to have like a kind of like a Frank Thomas approach, like the standing straight up, like his body was like completely straight. Yeah, now he's got the legs are spread, the legs are spread, and yeah, he's hey man, whatever works.
Zing. Well, I don't know if you guys have anything else you want to talk about. Those are my questions.
No, I just, yeah. I mean, again, my opinion hasn't changed. I've been saying it literally since the first podcast we did, probably about the White Sox, is that I can see this team. I still can see this team winning the World Series. I can still see them getting knocked out in the first round, and neither of it would shock me.
I think, and I think it's kind of been proven over the past couple of weeks. They have to get home field advantage, but then actually throughout the American League, because this team does not play well on the road.
Nope.
And unfortunately, I don't think that's going to happen.
No, but I mean, if they can get the second seed within the American League and just hope that whoever the wild card winner is from that play-in game takes out takes out the Rays, then yeah, they can get lucky.
Because right now it's what the Yankees, Red Sox, right?
Yeah, nobody wants to play the Yankees right now. Yeah, they're scary. But Tony, yeah, I mean,
Tony, you chided me a few podcasts back when I kept bringing up the Yankees. And now the Yankees are on the verge of probably making the playoffs.
And I was hoping you'd never bring that up. I own it. I'll eat my words. I was wrong.
No, it's fine. It's just Yeah, for me, it's the Yankees. Like you still have to deal with them. They still have a decent enough farm system for them to go out and get Anthony Rizzo and Joey Gallo.
Yeah.
They're still that team. No matter if they start out bad or not, they're going to find a way to either make the playoffs or get close to it.
If for some terrible reason the Sox get knocked out by the Yankees, I will take full responsibility for that.
No,
That will be all my fault.
No, I'll just blame La Russa.
No, you blame me. I should keep my stupid fat mouth shut.
The Yankees too. They always have the Yankees could have like the worst roster in baseball, but just they have that certain aura with just being the Yankees that adds a little bit more to it. It just seems like it's a bigger thing than what it actually is.
Yep.
So yeah, they have that advantage too. I don't know if major leaguers fall for that, that are playing against them. But for as a fan looking on, when you see the Yankees, you're like, oh, okay, that's this is big. It's big.
Yep.
I wouldn't want to play for the Yankees. They make you shave your beard. I don't want to shave my facial hair.
Right.
My little chin whip.
Yeah. Yeah. But just like with Scott, I mean, I'm my opinion hasn't changed with this team. This team is still good. It sucks that they went so many games and months without having a full roster, and then you get Eloy back, and then you get Robert back, and then Grandal's out, and then Tim Anderson had some leg issues, and you want to see them start hitting their offensive stride towards the end of the year, especially when we're about to hit September next week. They should be playing better baseball. You don't want to be limping into the playoffs, with bullpen issues and you can't hit. The starting pitching, in my opinion, will be there because it's been there all year long.
It's just the finish. Can they finish?
Just finish. Yeah. And just like we talked about earlier, I think, if you can get through 5 or 6 with your starters and then have some sort of combination of Kopech, Hendricks, and Kimbrel, along with some Cepera, and and mix in Bummer and Crochet, that I think they'll be fine. But gotta get there.
And again, this isn't a cop-out answer. I just think it's true that we all have to keep in mind. I'm not saying they shouldn't. Obviously, they should go for it this year, but it's the first year of contention. I mean, this team's going to get going forward. They have the chance to get even better. So, with additions,
Sure.
I don't know how hard they'll hit the free agent market, but we got those guys that they sign, the international guys still too. So, I mean, they could be something too with Cespedes and Colas, right? Is that his name? Colas, yeah. Oscar Colas. Yeah, I mean, guys like that. I mean, that's there's still a bright future for this team. So, but I mean, yeah, if they could win it now this year, that would make it even sweeter, obviously. So,
yeah, I mean,
I'm excited.
I mean, they made trades at the deadline without even, get rid of the farm system. I mean, I'm not. I like Magical, but I mean, at the end of the day, it is what it is. You got yourself a stud closer under control for one more year. It's all good.
It's going to hurt though, personally, just because we're going to be able to see him so much on the north side. Because he's going to succeed. The guy's a good player. He does things. Yeah. I mean, his baseball IQ is in question. I understand that, but the dude knows how to hit. So, I mean, yeah, when he's hitting 350 in August next year, it's going to be, But, no, I understand. Yeah, I mean, I understand. Hey, to give up, to get the best closer in baseball, you got to give up something. So.
I'm okay with it.
Yeah, I mean, it's tough. It hurt when I first heard it. I still remember I was at work and I had that, somebody kicked me And I was like, yeah, just like, this sucks. And then I was like, but Kimbrel's awesome. So it took me a minute. I had to wrap my head around it. It took me a minute.
Well, I
but
mean,
yeah,
it's what we all talked about. I mean, Scottie, how many times have you kept saying, "Go get Kimbrel, go get Kimbrel, go get Kimbrel"?
I know.
And they got Kimbrel.
I know. I was kidding. I was just kidding.
I
didn't think they would actually do it. Yeah. No, I mean, I'm happy with the trade now. I know Kimbrel's been struggling, but I mean, I think come playoff time, he's a guy you want on your team. So, yeah.
Like you told me, Scott. Everyone struggles. Everyone goes through slumps.
Yeah, and hey, the Sox in 05. I know this team has nothing to do with that team, but I think it was around this time they started sucking. Remember that in Cleveland won like 10 games in a row, and they almost beat the Sox, and then the Sox finally got their shit together with like 2 weeks left in September, and then they went on and won 11.
For me, it's like we're getting so close, and when something bad happens, I'm like, holy shit.
Yeah, baseball's tough, man. I understand the emotions of people. Yeah. I get them too. But it's like baseball, man. It's so long. It's such a long season, and emotions are everywhere. It's just, you gotta try to stay as centered as possible. Now, if this shit starts happening in October, then you can panic a little bit. But but during a baseball season, you gotta try to just marathon, not a sprint, right?
Yeah, I mean, just think about, like some of the good offensive teams that the White Sox had. Let's say that 2000 team that had Jose Valentin and Ray Durham, Frank Maglio, and Carlos Lee, and how potent that offense was, and then they get to the playoffs against the Mariners that couldn't hit.
Yep. Yeah, I remember that.
It's Mike Soroka pitched game 1 of that.
It's and then
no, it wasn't Soroka. I think it was Parquet. It was one of the two that started game 1 of that.
That I don't remember, but I remember the result.
And I remember Kelly Wunsch getting line drive in one of the games.
Kelly Wunsch. Oh no. Yeah, but I mean, Sox will be all right. They're and especially this Cubs. Who do they got? They got the Cubs for 3, Pittsburgh for 2.
Yeah.
Win 4 games out of those 5.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know if they're going to sweep the Cubs. I don't know that, but I mean, you got to win 2 out of 3 against the Cubs.
Yeah. It was Jim Parquet that started.
Well, thank God for that.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys have anything else, unless you have anything else.
No,
that's all I got. You got my best. That's all I got. I apologize for getting like 5 people's names on this podcast. I'm an idiot.
All right. Well, until next time.
You were supposed to say, no, you're not.
Yeah, right. No, you're not.
Thank you. Thank you.
Right, guys.
Goodbye.
See you.
Yep.